Hello, and welcome to my comparison review of the Autoart 1/18 scale Nissan Skyline RS Turbo Super Silhouette. These are the two versions released by Autoart, the 1983 version and the 1982 version. Let's start the comparison by looking at the boxes and the accessories that came with each one. This is the box of the 1983 version. It's a signature box from Autoart. This is the model that came inside of it. And for the 1982 version, this is the box they used. It's a composite style box, but the model is full diecast. Now let's take a look at the accessories that came with each model. The signature model came with a booklet, a certificate, and instructions, as well as a helmet. The recently released 1982 version didn't come with a booklet or a certificate, just the manual and the helmet. And that's where we will start our comparison. Let's look at each helmet. Here we can see the differences in the helmets. A little bit of the painting application is different, as well as on the back, the 1983 version had the Showway logo, as well as a driver's name. Now let's take a look at the differences in the front. The major difference is that the 1982 version has a grille, the 1983 version doesn't. This is also called the Iron Mask version. There's a difference in the front spoilers. Differences in the sponsors. This version has a Naka duck here. This one doesn't, but it has air intakes on the top. Also, these flaps are different. On this one, they're more curved. These ones are more straight. Looking at the differences in the engine, the first main difference is this one has the intercooler higher up, and this one has it in the bottom. The color of the engine is also different. This one is black, this one is green. You also have red here, black here. The filter is also a different color. And one thing I noticed is the connections on the signature version are actually a little bit worse than on the newer released version. This one has more detail, more parts. It looks much better. Looking at the side profiles, we also see differences in the colors. The mirror, this one is red, and this air intake is black. And this one is white and silver for the air intake. Other differences are cosmetic, color differences, differences in sponsors, but the wheels are also very different. Another difference is this one has some arrow here, and the 1982 version doesn't, as well as some differences here. Another difference is the wheel covers for the 1983 version. These are the wheel covers. And for the 1982 version, these are the wheel covers. The 1982 versions are plastic, but they're held by magnets. Well, the 1983 version is a very thin metal, but it's just held in by friction. Another major difference is on the rear spoilers. This wing has some extra wings on the side. This is a 1983 version. It has gurney flap here, while the 1982 version is very simple. Both have the fuel intake covers that are movable. Something that I also wonder was if the parts are interchangeable. This is the 1983 version, and this wing, as well as this front cover, are the 1982 versions. So let's see if they fit. The wing fits. And the front also. One thing that I noticed is that the 1982 version has magnets, whereas the 1983 version doesn't. For the rear of the car, they're mostly the same except for the headlights. And the Skyline logo, which are not present on the 1982 version. And for an extra comparison, we have here the Silhouette race car with the street version. You can clearly see why it's called a Silhouette. The profiles had to be kept almost the same, except for the wing. But the differences can clearly be seen from the top. The race car is a much wider car, much wider wheels and fenders. Here we have the differences in the engine. This is the street car engine. This is the race car engine. And here we have the differences in the inside of the car. The street car and the race car. So some final thoughts. Both models are excellent. They have a lot of detail, and Autoart really took their time and effort. It really shows. I recommend both. This one, the signature version, came out 7 to 10 years ago. It's really expensive now. And this version just came out within the last year, but Autoart made very few of these models. So the retail price is around 300 to 350 US dollars, but because of the low volume, the prices are increasing. If you want one, either one of them is a good bet. Just get the one that you can find for a reasonable price. And if you really like this car, you can also get both. I think there's enough differences in each to justify having both. And also the street car, I feel standing next to the race car looks really good on display. So please leave your comments, like, subscribe. Based on your comments and your views, I will decide if I make any more videos like this. Thank you.